On continuation with the previous video, we were looking at the magnetic materials. That is, we were looking at the physics for an MRI. So here you can see in this table we have three different types of magnetic materials: diamagnetic, paramagnetic, and ferromagnetic. So in diamagnetic examples, you have bismuth and copper. Paramagnetic materials, you have aluminum, manganese, oxygen, platinum, and tungsten. And ferromagnetic materials, you have cobalt, iron, nickel, and gadolinium. So we have different examples for different types of materials. So why we need to understand all these things is that you would have whenever if anybody has gone to an MRI imaging room, there will be some warning signs there, like no metals are allowed inside, like because the MRI machine will have a very strong magnetic field, right? So we don't want any strongly magnetic materials inside that. And also whenever the person has some metallic implants inside the body, like for example when the person has undergone a knee has a knee prosthesis or a hip replacement, there will be some metal placed inside the body, like the bone will be removed and then the hip joint or the knee joint will be replaced by metal cups, right? So in that cases there will be some precautions that has to be taken care of, like the material should not be very strongly magnetic. And some patients might have cardiac pacemakers or any other artificial stents inside. So whenever we replace some part of the body with some artificial implant, we should always keep in mind that the magnetic property of the material is one thing we should always remember, and we should always keep that in mind while manufacturing or designing any material that has to be placed inside the body. So that is very important. And in continuation, so the electric charge can be positive or negative, and magnetism, it always comes in pair, so that's why we call it as a magnetic dipole. And magnetic field usually runs from north pole to south pole. And then the strength, again it is following the inverse square law, that is the strength will be more when the distance is less, and the strength will be less and the distance is more. So that is what is the inverse square law. And the field strength is actually measured in Tesla. Next thing is electromagnetism. So when we have electric field, we will have a magnetic field. When you have magnetic field, you will have an electric field. So these two are always occurring together. So when an electric charge moves, there is a magnetic field. When the magnetic field is associated, there will be a flow of electric charge. So this is the principle we use in generating a magnetic field in MRI. So if you look at this figure, you can see that there is a coil of wire connected to a meter, and there is a magnet which is moving. So if you look at it, you can see the magnet is going inside the coil. There is a flow of current. When the magnet is removed, the flow of current is in the opposite direction. So depending on the motion of the magnet, the change of current direction is also changing. So this is what is electromagnetism. You all would have studied Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, right? Faraday's first law, second law, all those things you would have studied, right? So that is about electromagnetism. Next thing is electromagnetic radiation. So what is electromagnetic radiation? It is arising from an oscillating electric field or from an oscillating magnetic field. So whichever is present, there will be always in a perpendicular direction. So the velocity will be always in velocity of light. And different types of electromagnetic radiation are characterized by their frequency of oscillation. For example, X-rays and radio waves, they have different frequencies. The radio frequency radiation is the vital part of your magnetic resonance imaging. So if you look at this figure, you can see the electric field and magnetic field are at perpendicular angle. That is, one is at straight line and then other one is at a 90 degrees. So this is what we mean by electromagnetism. Next thing is your electromagnetic spectrum. You can see the frequency of different waves starting from visible and ultraviolet zone, infrared zone, radio waves, microwaves, X-rays and gamma rays. So all the frequency is given. So that's all about the physics for MRI. You can refer this book if you are interested. You can learn about more basics in that.